Ferrari has a grand plan for Lewis Hamilton as the team prepares for the 2025 Formula One season. Reports have surfaced that Ferrari has added a second private test session to Hamilton's preseason schedule, giving him an additional opportunity to familiarize himself with Ferrari's cars. This second test will take place in Barcelona in late January, following an initial session at Ferrari's Fiorano test track earlier in the month. The goal is to ensure the seven-time world champion is fully up to speed before the season begins. Could this extra preparation deliver the desired results? Are we witnessing the start of something truly special? The news comes shortly after the FIA announced significant changes to its 2025 regulations. These changes were partially inspired by controversies surrounding Red Bull and Max Verstappen's testing practices. Hamilton, who officially joined Ferrari on January 1, 2025, following the expiration of his Mercedes contract, is embarking on a new chapter in his illustrious career. This move to Maranello has reportedly been a year in the making, with Hamilton confirming in February 2024 that he would join Ferrari on a multi-year contract. After a brief winter break, during which Hamilton celebrated his 40th birthday on January 7th, the British driver is set to begin working with his new team. His first experience with Ferrari machinery is expected to take place at the Fiorano circuit between January 20th and 21. However, Ferrari has not yet decided whether to use the 2022 spec F175 or the 2023 SF23 for this initial test. This session is part of Ferrari's traditional January wake-up test, which helps the team and drivers reacclimate before the official preseason begins in February. Ferrari's aggressive preseason strategy, reports from Italy, reveal that Ferrari has gone all out to ensure Hamilton's smooth transition. The team has scheduled a second test session at the Circuit de Barcelona Catalunya at the end of January, allowing Hamilton more time to adjust to Ferrari's systems and procedures. This extended preparation is essential given the FIA's new restrictions on testing with previous cars. Under the updated regulations, active Formula One drivers are limited to a maximum of 1,000 kilometers of testing across 4 days in a calendar year when using cars that are at least 2 seasons old. For Hamilton, these 4 days of testing, split between Fiorano and Barcelona, are critical. Ferrari has designed a flexible schedule to account for potential bad weather, ensuring Hamilton gets the best possible conditions for his on-track preparation. The 1,000 kilometers equate to roughly 3 Grand Prix distances, giving Hamilton valuable time to acclimate to Ferrari's operations and his new car. The Fiorano test will focus on familiarizing Hamilton with Ferrari's working environment and car characteristics, while the Barcelona session will provide a chance to simulate real-world race conditions. These tests will serve as a prelude to the unveiling of Ferrari's 2025 car on February 19th, and the subsequent 3-day collective preseason testing in Bahrain from February 26 to 28. New FIA testing regulations. The FIA's updated rules for testing of previous cars, TPC, aim to close loopholes that some teams have exploited in the past. For example, Red Bull faced criticism in 2023 for using a 2022 car at Imola to conduct technical checks under the guise of a TPC test. Such actions were seen as going against the spirit of the rules, which were originally designed to help drivers familiarize themselves with F1 machinery rather than gain a competitive advantage. For Hamilton, every lap during the Fiorano and Barcelona tests will count. These sessions are designed to help him integrate into the team and adapt to Ferrari's systems before the season begins. Once the focus shifts to the new 2025 car in Bahrain, the emphasis will be on performance. Hamilton versus Leclerc, a new dynamic at Ferrari. While Hamilton's arrival at Ferrari has generated excitement, it has also raised questions about the team's internal dynamics. Charles Leclerc, Ferrari's longtime star driver, now faces the challenge of sharing the spotlight and potentially competing for priority with one of the greatest drivers in F1 history. According to former F1 designer turned commentator Gary Anderson, Ferrari is likely to prioritize Hamilton over Leclerc in the early part of the season. This approach could create tension within the team, especially given Leclerc's status as a Monaco native and his exceptional performance at his home Grand Prix. Anderson predicts a potential showdown between the two drivers at the Monaco Grand Prix, with Leclerc aiming to assert himself against the seven-time world champion. Hamilton's multi-year contract with Ferrari is reportedly worth over $400 million, a figure that underscores the team's commitment to him as their lead driver. This significant investment may signal a shift in Ferrari's team philosophy, with a focus on maximizing Hamilton's potential to deliver a record-breaking 8th World Championship. Can Hamilton lead Ferrari back to glory? Hamilton's move to Ferrari comes after a challenging period for the Scuderia, which has struggled to consistently compete with Red Bull and Mercedes. However, Ferrari team principal Fred Vasseur remains optimistic about the team's prospects for 2025. When asked whether Hamilton and Leclerc could challenge Max Verstappen for the 2025 title, Vasseur expressed confidence. If you look at we had a tough journey in June and July, but as a team, we were able to react quickly. That's encouraging for the future. Looking ahead, Hamilton's first official outing with Ferrari machinery is just weeks away. The Fiorano test will provide an initial glimpse of how quickly the British driver can adapt to his new environment. The subsequent Barcelona session will be equally important, allowing Hamilton to gain valuable on-track experience ahead of the Bahrain preseason tests. As the 2025 season approaches, fans are eager to see whether Hamilton can achieve his long-awaited 8th World Championship with Ferrari. Will the combination of Hamilton's experience, Ferrari's resources, and an aggressive preseason strategy be enough to dethrone Verstappen and Red Bull? Or will the internal competition with Leclerc create challenges that could derail the team's title aspirations?